Good evening. Good evening. Are y'all sick of my good evening intro? The original, damn it. Giraffes have blue tongues? Is that true? I don't know if I've ever seen it. I've seen the inside of a giraffe's mouth. Apparently, that's like a Starlac pit. I remember when that circulated. No. That was a camel's mouth. Never mind. It makes sense when you realize they mostly eat like cactus, and so you know it makes it so when they eat the needles, it doesn't hurt. I guess and it's just like, oh my god, literally shredded. It looks like shredded flesh. It's so gross looking, but. I mean, it makes sense. Why is it a black screen? Why do you do this to me? There you go. What are the weird nubs on a giraffe's head? Are those like horns or slash antlers? Like they, and like maybe they used to be more like deer, and then when they evolved long ass necks to eat tree leaves, they just didn't need them anymore. But yeah, the way they flail their heads, it's actually like it gives me anxiety like watching giraffes fight, because they just like fling their heads around and you just like look at them smashing their necks into each other. You're just like, oh my god, like it looks like they're gonna fucking snap their necks. It's just like, oh. It's so, like, it just makes you physically uncomfortable to watch it. You're just like, oh my god. Like, more so than any other thing. Like, watching, like, rams ram. And, like, the amount of force where they just charge in, like, head first. Like, you're like... it's like, you can be like, oh god, but, like, they're clearly built to have, like, a rock-hard faceplate. With horns and stuff. Which, like, that has, like, the opposite effect. So it would, like, scrunch in your neck, which they also don't really have necks. Like, they're animals that don't really have necks, so. Right, I was still, like, talking to people and shit. I think I talked to mostly everybody in this area, at least. Curiosity got the better of me, and I looked up the eye thing. Oh, actually, hold on before you go in on that. Are my eyes still red? They are still red. All right, so what's up with the eye thing? Is it just because I keep drinking blood? I assume it's related to that. Maybe it's a bug. I just bugged up my eyes, and now they're just stuck that way. Stella, I have not took the Stella yet. She was mentioned by the lonely kid. The fuck? But I want to observe. What the fuck? I have to wait for them to be talking to each other.
Stupid brat is gone. Good. I was tired of the maggot always hanging around our house anyway.
My God, Seymour. Have you hurt the boy?
Of course not. Why do you care so much about that cockroach? Do I need to talk to rats to get some attention too?
Don't be so childish. You know I love you, Seymour.
But you worry more about that stupid maggot.
Don't speak about him that way. Rufus has always been the kindest boy.
Yeah? Unlike your real son, right?
Okay. Got some family neglect going on here.
I will return at a more convenient time.
What? Oh.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor.
Also, cheers.
This is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
I don't have as much ice today. It's not as hot, so I probably won't even finish this. Because I'm actually pretty comfortable right now. No, let me in.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
It's locked, all right.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
So how many have I embraced? 2? 3? I think it's 3. So I suppose the more people I embrace, the more vampire-ish I'll look. I mean, that makes sense.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs.
For once,
Fishburne?
that kind of shit makes sense.
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope Factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
I see.
How is life around here?
Thinking about it,
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
the visual representation of looking evil, it made sense in Infamous as well, because of like the powers. So you just had like red powers instead of blue powers, and like and all that stuff. It made sense there too. It was mostly Mass Effect where I was like, this is so stupid. It's so stupid. It makes no sense in Mass Effect.
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know.
Okay, that was like that in Mass Effect. That was the kind of thing where like they did it because they could, and it was like a newer thing. And they're like, you can make choices, and you have a visual representation of your choices on your face. But it was still, it was very silly.
But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Kudos for pushing something new, though. The Fable ones are out there too, are they?
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
The orphan that regards you as a mother, please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Man, going hungry really sucks. I've never had to go like hungry for a long period of time. I've been pretty fortunate in that sense.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
Fable 2 is similar to Mass
You're
Effect on
talking
appearance.
about the one everyone calls the sad saint. The man who takes care of the homeless.
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is, but if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
This is a decently sized place. It's bigger than my apartment.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days.
That was Rufus yelling at her, right?
Evening, Rufus.
No.
Evening, Mr.
This is the lonely kid.
Rufus, tell me what you really think about Seymour Fishburne.
Right, this is the orphan one.
Seymour. He just scares me. A lot. Actually, he scares many people round here, even big fellows.
You mean his brutality is infamous, even in this shady part of town? That's impressive.
Yes, sir. How someone like that can be related to Mrs. Fishburne, well, it beggars belief.
Maybe she loves her son so much, she's blind to his misdeeds.
If so, she wouldn't hide her sadness, would she?
What do you mean?
It passes across her eyes sometimes, when she thinks she's alone. She hides it from everyone.
Interesting.
So long, Rufus.
There's a certain strength
careful.
to that I admire. I remember admiring it a lot in a certain anime I watched. I think it was Fruits Basket, but not like the newer Fruits Basket, but like from like 15 years ago or something. That's the one with like the cat boys. It's like the girl is staying with the cat boys that are some part of some clan that everyone's a cat or something. But they like transform. I don't know. It was. I don't remember. I don't really remember much. I just remember she was the kind of person who would. She could always put on a smile to make sure everyone was okay, and not trouble other people with her problems. Or she did it a little too much, but there is a certain strength to being able to like. Put on a face and not let other people worry. Especially if you feel like you can take care of it yourself. I mean, it's all a balancing act. Where the hell is Seymour? I know I've only looked like... It just walked back and forth on the same street, but... Don't... Where did I see him the first time? Oh, there he is.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Seymour, why are you scaring young Rufus?
I don't like his act to gain me mother's trust. I don't like it at all. Little bugger is like a fly around shit.
You can't blame Rufus for trying to improve his condition.
I don't believe in kindness nor innocence, sir. The boy is either a fool or a hypocrite who hides his hand well.
Don't believe in kindness. That's unfortunate.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne. Evening.
Evening,
You got anything new?
So long.
Alright, let's talk to the... Will she let me in again? Do I have to do it? Do I have to do the thing
Good
again?
evening, Mrs.
Of
Fishburne.
course.
Oh, she just lets me in. Perfect.
Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. What can I do?
Alright.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne.
Alright, let's just go back to the other place. Potentially find Mr. Hampton. I saw an article today about
It ain't human.
hello.
Kill it.
Horizon Zero Dawn's like required Jesus, like requirement specs. Which I feel like I thought for some reason I was like, isn't it already on like the Steam page or something? Like surely it's been on the Steam page for a long time. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Why do you hurt so much? Having like your max health go down like seriously sucks. This feels more recent. Like I felt like when it was happening earlier in the game it didn't matter so much, and now it's just like here's like a 20 HP heal instead of like 250. I can just let them hurt it for me. I could just go around, I guess. How am I like half health already? Did I respawn that way? It really sucks. It's like less than half health. It's like quarter health healing.
Burn it, boys.
Yeah. With my old tiny TV up to my laptop, its sound quality is terrible. Oh. Why did you decide to do that? You just wanted like a more comfortable visual spot, or? Oh. It's not paying as close attention. Stop it! Where's the other one? There? Probably kill him on its own. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm taking into consideration what you said about playing game while you stream. Oh, I see. I mean, you do you. It's up to you. I usually play a game while I'm watching a stream. That's just me. That's because I'm primarily a lurker when I'm like on Twitch. Like if you're ever involved in a chat, like if I have been involved in a chat, like rarely I do, but when I do, like I'm not playing a game because I'm involved in the chat. So Unless I'm just like spamming something stupid. Then I just like, when it's appropriate, spam and then go back to my game. Wish I could have sounds from my monitor, play from my monitor, and my sounds from my laptop, play from my laptop. Trying to think if there's a way to do that, and then I don't. There is technically a way to do that, but only if you have. Yeah, you need drivers for the like monitor, like the TV monitor, to make that happen. It needs to have its own like sound output, recognizing your computer. And then you can do it. Do I not regen outside of combat at all?
Good evening, Mr. Throckmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance?
Oh, he's here now.
Have you noticed?
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Yeah, it seems like it's only to the red bar. It's so nasty from those werewolves, and I can't like spam my heal right now because I'm in like human territory. I do have another investigation in the area. Oh, I have a whole bunch. Where'd this be? Over there? Let's go do it. It really sucks. I don't remember it being this nasty in the past. Oh, and there's a fucking priest dude up there.
Back, demon! Back!
No, it drained all my blood. Dick. I do heal a little bit from fighting as well. Yeah, I'm staying away for right now. I just want to like get that. Oh my god. Oh, I hate these dudes. They're super resistant to my powers, and they have high stun. Yeah, at least I got rid of the red cap. So really, I didn't need to heal, because it's just going to slowly regen. Just kind of did it out of habit.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Give me your blood. Your blood. Nothing personal, you're just tasty.
I cannot enter.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave them to their thing.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
Civilians allowed.
No civilians allowed. I think not. Alright, he's resistant to blood. At least his gun doesn't really hurt me that much anymore. Must be doing this to prepare getting a desktop, so I can't lay in bed. a good compromise is to make sure you get a chair that like can recline backwards in a nice way. For the times when you do just want to like lean back and enjoy watching something. Maybe a decent chair. Ooh, I need to get a new chair, or I need to like replace like the seat. Because it's like
Giselle's stolen money. Everyone has some unethical ways of financing their war.
keep the money and lie. I don't need money, I feel like, that much in this game, so I'm not gonna give it back to her. Even though she hates me for classist reasons. She goes a little far with it. IMO. But yeah, I need to replace like the seat cushion itself, like the cushion itself, because the cushion's been kind of like flat and dead for a while. But now like the leather on the outside is just like peeling off. That's why I have like I have a pillowcase that I'm sitting on to like, so I'm not like sticking to the foam. But like when I search for like a replacement, when you look for replacement parts, you can find everything but the actual seat itself, even though everything else about the chair still works great. And like the seat that I'm sitting on is just like screwed. I can just unscrew it and replace it with a new one. But like it's not sold on Amazon or anything, so like I haven't bothered like contacting the manufacturer or anything yet to see if like they directly sell it. And like the other alternative is getting it reupholstered, which is like several $100s. I'm like, it's like that's the cost of a new chair. But part of me is like, I don't need a new chair. I just need one part replaced. So like, it's kind of weird they sell everything but the actual seat. Anyways, Nova Scouts have recently found the presence of a certain Ichabod Throgmorton. East End dogs soon patrolling at night, blah, blah, blah. This man is a fraud. Not even a real con man, for he does not charge anybody for the work, but he clearly has no clue what he's talking about. If he ever approaches you for some joint hunter collaboration, refuse and let him go. In a leech fight, the man is nothing more than bait. Yes. But yeah, it's super annoying. It's just like, you sell every other part, like, why not sell the last part? Like, come on. I could replace like the hydraulic thing and some wheels and the back and the arms and like any kind of like screw or tiny bolt piece or whatever, but not the seat. Never the seat.
What do you want?
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed militia.
I knew it! Did you find the money too?
Yes. Here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to...
Slap a pillow there.
I misjudged you.
I don't have any pillows thin enough that like work.
Well, thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union.
I'm sorry, the Wet What Boys?
But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
I allowed this yesterday. What it... You'd think it would fucking remember. I literally allowed this yesterday. Says the same thing. Reason identity.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
We're done. Da, 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 da. This is Tom's. Oh, right, he wanted me to get some stuff. I remember now. It's over there. I forgot I got so many investigations from people when I was talking to them yesterday. Fling. What? I still can't dash? There we go. How's it up there? It's up there. Oh, this is the door that I was like, this is a door to nothing. Youth arrested for attempted murder. Last night, a young man named Tom Watts was arrested by the police for attempted murder in the renowned restaurant, the Silver Bell on Percival. Tom Watts is the... Interesting. The suspect was spotted standing in front of the restaurant, pointing a gun at customers for about 1 minute without firing. 2 witnesses promptly reported his behavior. Watts was arrested without incident but refused to give any explanation for his actions and only gave his name. His gun was loaded, confirmed the policeman who answered our questions. It is likely that Watts will feel the full force of His Majesty's courts for this transgression. The young man shall be jailed for a few years at least. When was this? Because he's running a bar. Am I talking to someone who just stole Tom Watts' identity?
So much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
It's interesting that I constantly have moral choices about what to do with these side quests. I have no reason to keep it myself.
Welcome back, Doctor.
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse wasn't empty. It was inhabited with armed vigilantes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologize, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable when sober.
Look at me, all high and mighty about my alcohol.
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die, eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a hive of scum and villainy?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened? Staying in such a violent and criminal neighborhood?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
That's good. That's good. I achieved a certain relaxedness myself a few years ago. I spent the majority of my 20s being fucking angry. I learned to be better.
Tell me about your arrest for
I learned to
attempted
be happier.
murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have nothing to hide.
So you mean your customers know about your sordid past?
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide and I don't judge. That's a relief for many round here.
Yeah, I'm a lot more like relaxed in life.
Do you think prison changed you? Made you a better
I always
man?
gave off like
I
that
don't know about
vibe
that.
on the
All
outside, but I
brought
was
back
always
is bad
angry on the
memories,
inside.
Scars. And an ugly tattoo of a blue turtle.
But do you feel cleansed of your sins?
All I know is that I'm at peace. I did what I did, but I wouldn't do it again. Does that make me a
Now
better
it's kind of the
man?
opposite.
I don't know.
When I think about it, I will show I would never show frustration or anything before. Now I show it, and I show it a lot more than I'm actually feeling it. Like, I'll have frustration for, like, the brief... Like, this happened at work the other day where, like, I had frustration for the briefest second because there was a problem. So it was like, I email the person I need to talk to on vacation for the next week. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll talk to this other person that I can talk to. They're out of the office until the next day. And I was like... I'm like... and I was just like... It was kind of an emergency. And I was just like, and I just, like, slammed on the desk when that happened. People are like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. I'm over it. It was like the briefest, oh my god, and then I was done. I didn't care anymore. I was like, whatever.
You attempted murder. Give me some details.
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time. A proud, wet boot boy.
Why did you join the gang?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered to kill someone. What happened then?
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
You refused to kill him because you wanted to feel some of that happiness yourself. You empathized with him.
Exactly. The man was a bloody landlord who rented overpriced flats. Selfish bastard. But he made me smile. And I was no different from him.
Oh.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Damn it.
So few clients. What with the...
Fascinating. Alright, Edwina. Let's deal with these ghoul diggers. Which are... Wait, am I tracking it? I take advantage of my position in the metal profession to access the forbidden area of Southwark. Is that pronounced like Southwark? She wants me to scold some grave diggers. Oh, it's down there. Oh. I was like, where's Southwark? It's south. It's the mass grave where I started the game.
But damn it, no one dares go outside.
Alright, let's give it a go. I'm assuming I can go up these stairs to reach my my destination. We're on the bridge. Oh, I took out my weapon. There's no one here. Were these closed before? Like locked closed? Maybe I'm thinking of different doors. No, I feel like they were. Shang.
This one's mine!
Yeah. Alright, he's resistant. Oh, you're almost dead. I was gonna like boil the blood, but I'm not sure there's any point to it. Damn it! I always do that late. I always intend to dodge it and miss. Oh. Like 2 HP. I wanted him to explode.
Crush the leech, boys!
Got them both.
Watch out for them teeth! Christ! He's dead! Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
I wasn't gonna bite you, but then you had to throw a gas grenade at me. That's what you get by throwing your gas around.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory.
Hello, boys. About your last message concerning your mission to loot corpses in Southwark. I'll only say it once, deal with it. Be glad I don't report your protest to Edwina. She might go there herself to cut your balls off. A little bird also told me you made a few jokes about what I saw by the pier. So now I'm just a loony scared by his own shadow. Or nutcase who mumbles and trembles like an old woman about ghost stories. Good. I like it when my boys are happy. Be assured that that nutcase will come to piss on your bloody carcasses after the fucking monster I saw has sucked your brains out. Enjoy the following nights, fellows. I heard they will be foggy and rainy.
My poor Mary. This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Lol. Now we get to go all the way back. I don't have like another one down here, do I? Look at the bombing site. Oh, it's in Southwark. Okay, let's do that. Just want to check that. I broke the game. There we go. Oh, and I can do that on the way back. Okay. I guess that is back. Okay, so it could be anywhere down here. Therefore, I'm reading this description real quick because I remember him talking about it. I don't remember him describing where it might have been. Started drinking the day after. Now I can't remember the tragedy. Convinced this broken man needs to make peace with his past. Okay, so I just don't know. I just know it's down here somewhere. Alright, well maybe there's some visual evidence of like blown up shit. After I loot the mass grave. Fucking grave robbers. Yeah. Okay. Right, I remember this now. Twas the beginning. Alright, look out for an area that looks blown up. This area, probably? It's being rebuilt? Or is this just like, was it always like this? Is this like a dry dock? Tiny dry dock?
Steady, boy! Back to the
Can't drain my blood if I'm currently drinking. God damn it.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here. Dead.
Oh, I was gonna like, oh, I'm actually gonna stun one. Yes. Yes. Eat the priest. Eat the priest. Da-na-na-na. Eat the priest. Da-na-na-na.
It's a leech! Filthy!
It's locked, all right.
I'm definitely not going towards wherever this bomb site was.
I cannot enter.
I'm sure it's like very obvious when I see it. Just be like, oh yeah, this is totally like where that bombing would have been. remember this building at the beginning of the game, but whatever. I guess I could have eaten him to death, but stupid gas bombs. It's not even it's not a gas bomb. Well, I'm gonna do that then. Like, I could go upstairs, but, like...
It's locked.
Oh, I was just up here. Just on the other side of it. Oh, okay, I vaguely remember running through here at the beginning of the game. Ooh, a key.
Over there! There's one in the...
Alright, well, I can open all those doors now, but, like... For what purpose? Do you like my terrible English accent? It's good, right? Something was flashing over here. Just a poster. Your city needs you. Needs you today. This feels like a place I would go in a quest.
Let's pin.
Maybe I'll like find a readable thing. Oh. Tried to parry it at the last second. I failed. Of course, I lowered my max. Laughing at the guard. More than a century, the Guard of Prewin has been for more than a century, the Guard of Prewin has been a dissident faction from the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole. It is important, as the divergence of opinion between our two fraternities are now well established, to remember what happened and why we shall alas consider these former brothers our opponents and adversaries and mock their law of conduct. Kendall Stone founded the Guard in 1801. He was a former legate of the Brotherhood and long-standing member of the Brotherhood Council. His departure was the result of an irreconcilable, I know this word, I've never said it out loud, dispute within the Council when Kendall stated that the Brotherhood had to reconsider its non-violent approach to the study of vampires, and that the eradication of these immortals had to be the ultimate goal of all our researches. Since the terrible schism occurred, relations between the Guard and the Brotherhood have always been difficult. The Guard of Prewin considers the Brotherhood as traitors and allies of their foes, while we call them thieves and zealots for the many ancient and precious books we kept for centuries, which they destroyed or stole when they left. I will constantly recuse any accusation of cowardice, for I know the courage it requires for our brothers to approach and observe hostile immortals. I will never forget the cruel loss of the unique texts and scrolls burnt by Kendall and its followers when they left. And I will never cease to laugh at their stupidity. Revealed in their very names, since they chose to call themselves the Guard of Prewin as a reference of King Arthur's shield, thus defining themselves as the true defenders of this land, when the true scholar perfectly knows that in the book of Taliesin, Prydwen is only the name of Arthur's boat during his expedition in the mythical territories of Enifin. What a symbol indeed. So saith Usher Tall Tree. Some of those are quite long. At least long to this game's average. I feel like I have to come back here at some point. Definitely not the bomb site.
It's locked.
Hmm. Maybe there's like blood leading me to it.
I cannot enter.
Okay. It's like propped up next, like that's weird looking. Because the photo is like standing up like it's presenting. Here's a hideout, but like... Give me blood. Is that another hideout right next to the hideout I was just in? Oh, this is okay. This is the very first place that I slept. I don't think there's anything else here. No other doors or anything. I saw some shinies, and then I escaped through here. Why are all these doors locked?
It's locked, all right.
Mm-hmm. Was I just in this building? Oh my god, I was. I definitely came in this way. It could be over here. Over here. Look at the site where the bombing took place. I feel like there are so many more areas to go than the map shows. That might not be true. Oh.
Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects.
Find some flowers. Are there flowers right nearby? Okay, I know where it is now. There's the flower lady in Whitechapel. So I can probably get a flower from her. Quite a long way to go. So I don't know if I'm going to specifically do it right this second. Like, run all the way across the entire, like, game's map. And then run all the way back. I can't go that way. Granted, I can dash for days, but, like... still a long way to go. It's like 10 minutes of running. There was another investigation that was just in this area. Tree of the necklace lost by Seymour Fishburne. It's just somewhere in this area. Alright. Let's check over here first. It's not here. I do want to look down here regardless. Hello? I feel like I should ask him, or like get that dialogue again, because he might give me, there might be some hint, like he lost it down by the water or something. So I'm not just blindly looking everywhere. Like we just did that. We just did that.
This is a slaughterhouse. It's locked.
Oh.
From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard. It's locked.
Why is he sneaky? Hold on. It said from Fishburne to... Where's the item? Hold on. From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. I feel like I should give it to his mother. This implies that it's going to have a different outcome. I'm not sure what happened here. Like, I have some thoughts. Like, I need to like rehear the dialogue that he said about this, which I don't think I can.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Just gonna.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
Have you no remorse? You don't even deny your crimes.
Says the
I have many
vampire.
weaknesses, Dr. Reed, but lying about who I am ain't one of them.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
It doesn't it happen?
You feel
Doesn't it happen to us all?
no empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
He's smart. He has eyes because he can see my eyes and he knows what's up.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
Can't say I've killed anyone. Not even in a video game? When given the choice to spare or kill.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum. I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better.
You've been playing the Pillars of Eternity games. Surely you've decided just to have someone die.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I understand your mother's situation. Obtaining justice at the price of betraying her own flesh. It's quite a dilemma.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
I get that.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
If I've been given a choice to kill or not, it usually depends on what they did. See? Sometimes it just happens.
Good evening, Mrs.
Sometimes you
Fishburne.
make the wrong choice
May
and they
I
end
come
up
in,
being,
please?
you know, an undead creature you have to
course.
kill.
Dr. Reed,
Sometimes you just fuck up.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been
It's
nothing
locked,
but
all right.
worry. What can I do for you?
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
I'm convinced you raised Seymour the best you could. You're not responsible for what he became.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
I'm deciding what I'm going to do about this.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
Kick him in the dick.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne.
It seems like a good first
there can
action.
be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
That's
There
probably
ain't no
still
hope
true
then.
today.
Somehow, somewhere,
comes to
my
psychology.
son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne.
Give him a good old lobotomy. No. That sounds like a horrible way to be. I want to look. God damn it. Okay. I was originally thinking I would take them both, but then I'm like, well, what happens to Rufus? I think I will eat Seymour when I have Mesmerize level 3. Because partly in my mind, it's like, if I'm going to eat somebody, I should eat the whole social circle. Because I did that over here. I was like, if I'm going to have one, I might as well get the other. So there's less questions. But, Seymour prays the right. Oh, yeah, he does. But Stella has no attachment to this house. Like, she could just move. And maybe with Rufus. They can stick together.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
Right, I have to find, Oh no, I found the necklace, derp. Right, there's the flowers, and... Oh, yeah! Let's go talk to her. Where's she at? He's usually over here-ish.
The epidemics.
Good evening, Miss.
Hello again, Doctor.
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was...
It is pronounced Southwark.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
I'm afraid they were nowhere to be found.
Bastards. Must have run away with the money they owed me. All right, I'll make another deal with their successors.
I'm not sure they'll have any successors. The place is abandoned by the living.
Maybe I'll send my boys there to loot the dead. Money is money, Doctor. By the way, here's a little something for your time and help.
I wish your boys good luck then.
Yes. The goodest of lucks.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys. That's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
I think her blood quality is as high as it'll get at this point. I mean, there's one more hint to potentially
Can
talk
I see
As
about.
long as...
I was hoping she would have something like unlockable. Do I need money? I can sell my own watch. I'm good. Alright. Should I do this now? I assume I have to go to Whitechapel, which is like... Realistically, it's not that far, but like it feels like it's really far. I could probably go straight through this way. Maybe. It's probably gonna have locked gates and shit. It's like I gotta go way up here, and then I gotta come all the way back and go all back down here, and then come back.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts will be running completely amok.
Let's just do it. I'll just like avoid fighting. Was he always here? Oh yeah, no, he was the first guy I talked to. Oh, I learned so much shit about him though.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
He left out the boot.
Tell me about the man you
Now
killed,
they're just wet
Booth.
boys.
What happened?
I like
One of
wet
us had
boys.
been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more.
It's
to
the
it
best
than
kind of
that.
boy.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Of course I prefer. What was he saying? Sorry, I was visualizing some wet men. I got distracted. What was he saying? Something about leaving the gang. Fuck. You weren't paying attention either? Oh, God.
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
I know you believe monsters are real, Booth.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one believes me.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing tools and ropes at night.
Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a bloody beam and lift it like it was a stick. I shouted. It looked straight at me.
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face. I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night. With the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it. But no one believes me.
Are your friends mocking you?
Even if we
I assumed I killed it already.
it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't a human. Not human at all.
I mean, I've been fighting werewolves. I assume they're werewolves.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this.
I'm just gonna avoid everyone if I can. No. I'm out of stamina. Blood. Alright, I was planning on like just skipping everyone, but there's so many of them. Loot? Yeah. What? There was like an invisible wall for some reason.
It's one of them! Stay back, please.
It seems the Freewen are redoubling their patrols in the district.
Yeah, I'm right next to the hospital.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Die, vermin! Leech spotted! God walks with me!
Really? Fine.
The beast must die!
Hit me anyway. The ones in this district are weak. Holy shit. I could cure her fatigue. I could cure everyone's fatigue. I probably should.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your...
What do you know about...
Two girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday. Nobody has seen them since. I worry about them, in case bad things happen.
Maybe I should check up on the dispensary.
It depends.
I'm sure. Goodbye.
It looks like he's gearing up for a fight.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah, let's go, yeah.
Have you
If you propagate the devils,
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
no! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
I feel like zealous and the best of us is... It feels a bit like a paradox, because it's like... It feels mutually exclusive, but also mutually inclusive at the same time.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Oh, I was like, he's ready to go. He's level 5.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
I have heard enough.
Oh, right, I was kind of curious fatigue
Good
and
evening.
shit.
It's
Don't you
faith.
No doubt your faith will prevail.
Blessed be your...
I have heard enough.
God, this district needs help. I don't have enough fatigue medicine. What the fuck? Oh, I knew I just missed some people in this place.
You again?
Have you recently...
I saw her wandering the streets.
She can't be wandering the streets.
Can I offer you?
Keep him...
There is a thin line between...
All right.
Goodbye.
Alright, I'm out of fatigue medicine.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Too bad.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father
Did
actually
he?
worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Oh, is he the guy with like the like broken arm or whatever? And he's like sitting there waiting. He's like, fucking heal me so I can go back to my family. Is this the son?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Sounds about right.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
You know what I'm not grateful for is that there are a number of people whose like their eye sockets are way too big for their eyes, and so like you can like see the red flesh around their eyes, and it's really creepy.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so.
Like, it's creepier than my eyes.
I went outside once without my father noticing, and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
The flesh is also like it's too dark. Like compared to real life, like in real life, it's a much paler pink. This is like it's like a dark red, like it's been sun dried.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Was that all of it? Okay.
Have you any recent...
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now.
I feel like I should go take a look.
Do you need any medical help?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired.
You'll feel better with this.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
I need to look at, like, people, because, like, I don't... Oh, he's Joe's son. Okay. Alright, then. I need to find Benjamin, because he's gonna straight up die.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
This is a nice house. I'd live in this house.
It's locked.
Ah. There it's Crossley? Vampires are real? No. Job refusal letter. Dear Mr. Peterson, it's my duty to inform you your refusal to accept your application for a job. The dark yard, I must thank you for your time spent. Our unfortunate connections with the ill-famed wet boot boys have been duly noted. These hard times, blah, blah, blah.
It's locked, all right.
Being an ex-con would be hard.
Is there only pain and suffering?
Just in general. If I was a business owner, I would take a chance. Like if someone seems like actually reformed, it's just like I just need a job. I'm like I'm out of jail or like whatever. Like that's usually like it's usually from what I hear it's because they can't get a job that they end up just going back into whatever they were doing to get arrested in the first place. So it's like it's just like this self-repeating cycle.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
He's also, like, literally wet. Because rain and stuff, you know.
Goodbye, Mr. Pete.
The rain and stuff. Alright, well, okay. So there's bound to be, like, a few other people in this area. Because there was, I think there was 2. Yeah, there's 2 more people in this area I just, like, never met. Also, I do want to check on the... It's right next to here. Check on the old dispensary. That's through his house. I don't need to go through the house. I can go around the house. It's probably just infested again. Yo! That was awesome. I love the music in this particular building. I don't know why it's only in this particular building. That 120 damage bite, though. It's like, it's synth wavy without the dancing. I think that's why I love it. Although I don't know if you could really dance to synthwave. I mean, I could see like in a rave atmosphere dancing to synthwave. Am I remembering that genre name right? The more I say it, the more it sounds wrong. Synthwave, 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 synthwave. It doesn't sound like anything anymore. It sounds like nothing.